Carmen Electra? Have you ever heard of Carmen Electra? Oh my God, these are all the women I used to beat off to, and you don't know any of them. So
Hey guys, we're the Backtrack Brothers. Thanks for checking out this video.
Today, I picked out a trailer that Mason hasn't seen before.
And I'm gonna try and guess the plot.
Check it out.
Jak się masz? My name is Borat. I'm journalist for Kazakhstan.
Oh my God.
Send me to USA to make a movie film. Please, you look.
This is real?
Yes.
Welcome to our country, okay?
My name is Borat.
Okay. You should have, that's fine.
If this car drive into a group of gypsy, will there be any damage to the car?
It's hard Can I say we support your war of terror? Is the greatest.
Oh my God. As in like, yeah.
I think that the cultural
Oh
difference
my God.
Exactly.
and I think he's a delightful man, and it wouldn't
The cultural difference. That's involved with the cultural difference.
American.
Yeah.
You want to have a drink?
You can't drink that way.
Hey, you people, how can I be like you?
Oh my God.
Little face.
Jesus.
It's not a problem that a woman have a smaller brain than a man.
Oh my God.
Okay, we're finished. We have to.
Very nice. How much? She's your...
God.
No, that's my one. In my country, they would go crazy. For these two, not so much.
Borat. So the first thing that was like screaming in my head about the movie is Big Nathan For You vibes.
Yeah.
The show on HBO Max about this guy who's like an entrepreneur who gives people business advice, and it's all completely real.
Right.
Everyone in who he's affecting is real, genuine reactions, doesn't really know that they're on film, that type of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like this movie is that type where it's just a camera following a guy who's from Kazakhstan and has to go to America. He was in a classroom.
Okay.
And when he was like talking about like his plan or something, I think he said something really important about this plan, but what happens to me a lot is it just glosses over my head.
Okay.
And since we can't really replay the trailer, I have to kind of guess what it's about. And the only thing that's in my head is the classroom. I think
I think you're getting yourself in trouble with the Zoolander thing, man. Remember when you saw the Zoolander trailer? You saw a cat for 2 seconds?
A dog for 2 seconds.
So I'm just gonna cut you off. There's no classrooms.
Why is he in a classroom?
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
Why is he in a classroom?
When
he was saying like all this stuff in front of the camera.
Are you saying he's in the classroom because there's a map behind him? I just want you to understand why you're thinking what you're thinking.
I thought
just because there's a map behind him does not mean he's in a classroom.
It looked like a
just because in your American classroom there's a pull-down map does not mean in Kazakhstan that they have pull-down maps in their classrooms.
Good point. It's in Kazakhstan. It's probably the military with the pull-down map. They're probably like, I think it's like a Team America World Police situation. They're going to America to spy.
Okay.
And kind of find out information on certain things, certain activities, and that's what he's exploring.
Got it.
And he works for the military by the map behind him.
Okay.
And
you are so obsessed with this map. I don't understand. You do understand. The map means nothing. The map is just to show we're talking about a guy coming from one country to another country. It's just supposed to kind of give you.
Yeah,
it's
but
just,
he's obviously in an environment of a certain either school or military or something where they need them.
I think what you need to understand is he's somewhere where there's a map. I can have a map in my room. Like this could be a map right here. You don't understand that, right? He could be doing it in his bedroom. You can put a backdrop of anything. It's just a map.
Editor Mason, make a map behind us. Now we're in Kazakhstan.
See, exactly. Now we're in a classroom.
It's the same picture.
Now we're in a government agency. Now we're back in our shooting studio. Continue. Mason is now leaving maps behind. Go forward.
But now I'm conflicted though.
Okay.
Because all I have is him going to America and
Yup.
doing all these shenanigans and
Yup.
involving his Kazakhstan
Right.
culture into it.
Right.
Which I don't know if drinking toilet water and taking pictures of
Right.
people in the bathroom.
I think I think you really just need to keep it as simple as he's going to America to learn about America.
Cool. But he.
I think you're getting. You gotta remember, this is a stupid comedy. You're trying to come up with like this huge, long, thrown-out plot line. There's not. It's a collection of pranks put together, kind of in a story. That's really. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. I'm trying to help you out because you're really struggling here.
Is that it?
I'm gonna
Did you just explain it?
Kind of. Not really. But I'll just give you a hint. I know you didn't get a full time to read the subtitle, but the subtitle, I'll bring it up for you. So
Full title is Borat: Cultural Learnings of America for Make Benefit Glorious Nation for Kazakhstan.
correct.
I think he goes to America, learn about culture, involves his own culture in America, and it's comedy, and I think it says for the benefits of Kazakhstan. That's why I threw kind of like the spy thing in there, that he's getting information. Don't throw off my theory.
Okay.
It's about the military and him spying. But
Okay.
yes, tell me what it's actually about,
Okay.
please.
Pulling out a couple small plot holes that even
Yes.
your theory that if you just watch the trailer once.
Yeah.
What makes you think he's a spy? He's wearing a suit, but like other than that, what makes
I
you
mean,
think he's a
he's
spy?
very over stereotypical for Kazakhstan.
But you see, he's like in front of audiences. He's sitting there with a camera. What makes you think he's a spy? He's telling them his name. Because I'm Tom Mills.
Well, he's a dumb spy, obviously.
I think it's very evident he's dumb. There's no question he's dumb. But this isn't a Mr. Bean situation where he's in a black suit and he's just fumbling over himself. Like, it's very. I think you need to watch some spy movie trailers to understand what a spy movie trailer looks like. There's none of the elements of a spy. Anyway, all right, so let's get into what this movie actually is.
Cool.
Right? Borat is from this country, Kazakhstan,
Yes.
right? And he's a television reporter. He's going to film America, see what it's like, and then bring those cultural findings back to Kazakhstan to improve Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
In Kazakhstan, there's basically there's no rights. They just have goats. He's banging his sister. There's all types of crazy shit going on in Kazakhstan. So the idea is go to America with their small budget. Him and his filmmaker, cameraman, director, and they go. It's just the two of them, and they're supposed to go to New York City. They're supposed to film around, interview people. They're gonna take hospitality classes, humor classes, driving classes, all of this stuff to kind of get the American experience. Take that back to Kazakhstan and improve their country.
Great.
So that's where that's all supposed to come from. What happens is, he gets there, and yes, to your point, Mason, this is coming off of the prank TV era, right? So I don't know how much you know about this, but during this time, there was also this thing called Jackass, which...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Jackass was literally just a collection of guys down in Westchester, Pennsylvania, no more than 40 minutes from where we are, and they just were causing havoc, right? These are professional skateboarders that just like to do pranks. They started videotaping it, made it, Jackass, Viva La Bam, all of that stuff, right? That was really popular. There was also Jamie Kennedy Experiment, which I don't know if you know who Jamie Kennedy is. He had his own prank show. So there was just all these types of prank shows, right? Where they just go out on the streets or they go out in real life situations, set up these elaborate pranks, film people's reactions. That kind of became a new big thing, right? Now we see it with Impractical Jokers, and we see it with Nathan For You, which is one of my favorite shows. I believe I introduced it to you, correct?
You did.
Yes, I did. And yes, and the new show that he just came out with on HBO Max, The Rehearsal, is really good. I don't know if you got a chance to see that. Check it out. So if you're into all that type of setup, you're gonna love Borat, because all Borat is, it's this guy, it's this actor, Sacha Baron Cohen, and what you also probably don't know is that there's an older character he did. This is what he does. He creates characters and then goes out in the world, and these characters, people react.
Yes.
His earlier character, one of his earlier characters, I believe Sacha Baron Cohen had his own TV show kind of in this line. He had a character named Ali G. And he actually got his own movie called Ali G Into House. And so Sacha Baron Cohen was pretending to be a rapper.
Yes.
And he's got a skull cap on and big yellow glasses, and he's completely ridiculous and acts like a rapper. And it's really funny. And he just, he interviews governors and stuff. It's really ridiculous and over the top. So Sacha Baron Cohen is known for his kind of shape-shifting character performances. So Borat is one of these characters. And he actually, I'm pretty sure he appeared on a couple TV shows and stuff before this movie.
Yeah.
So then this this movie comes out. This movie came out in 2006. So I was a freshman in high school. Imagine, which is what you're going into. And your reaction to that trailer is exactly what my reaction to that trailer was back in 2006. I was like, I need to see this movie.
Yeah.
Dude, this movie was a phenomenon. A phenomenon. To this day, me and my friends still say, my wife, or how much, like all that stuff. We still all do it. And now it's almost more of a YouTube movie where it's like you can watch each of like the best pranks just lined up together and just cut out all the little middle parts. Honestly, in current day and age, that's what it would be. It probably wouldn't be a full movie. You would just do that. I think it's kind of cool for some of your age to kind of see this is where these are the roots of that stuff you see on TV.
There's so many people on like who just upload on YouTube and stuff, them going out as a character, just
doing a prank.
Yeah, doing a prank, making people laugh, making people, react like what's this guy doing?
Your generation didn't make this up. Like, it's not
I know he didn't.
It's not like these influencers like came up with this whole new form of entertainment. No, they're just doing it on social media to younger people who have probably never seen Borat or Jackass or Viva La Bam. So the young people think they're cutting edge. They're going out in public and doing this crazy stuff. Go watch Borat. You don't know what crazy is. He goes to a bull riding competition in Tennessee. He does the Kazakhstan national anthem to the American anthem.
Oh my God.
And imagine the reaction to that.
There are people in the trailer who had like Confederate flag hats and like, everything.
Oh, and he talks to one of them. Dude, it's honestly, there's a few moments in this movie that are like scary. Because like he goes to the deep south. What ends up happening, he's originally supposed to go to just New York City, film around. I don't think this is really a movie where you have a lot of crazy spoilers. It's all just funny. But if you're worried about spoilers, probably should dip out now. What ends up happening is that he ends up falling in love with Pamela Anderson. Pamela Anderson was an absolute smoke show. So have you heard of the show Baywatch?
I've heard of the show Baywatch.
Okay, so all the show Baywatch was just a collection of very hot people that were lifeguards, and Pamela Anderson was one of those very hot people. Her, Carmen Electra. Have you ever heard of Carmen Electra? Oh my God, these are all the women I used to beat off to, and you don't know any of them. So, similar to me, Borat becomes very, infatuated with Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
So he now becomes obsessed. He's gonna make Pamela Anderson his wife. So he goes on a mission. So he tells his director, he's like, oh, we have to go across the whole U.S. to get the full U.S. experience, not just New York. So he convinces them we need to go to California. They don't have a car. They don't have anything, so they need to buy a car, which ends up being an ice cream truck. They need to, so it just becomes this whole freaking thing, and they end up traveling across. They go down through the South,
and that's all real. Like they expected to only be in New York, down to California.
Well, I hate to spoil this for you, Mason, but the people who made the movie knew what was going to happen.
Nah, that's a shame.
I'm confused on how you thought that would work otherwise. Do you really think that Sacha Baron Cohen, who's from England, put together this whole budget, put together this film project, came to New York City thinking, oh, we're just going to film in New York. And then when he was there, you're saying the film dude said, oh no, we need to travel across the whole U.S. Imagine the amount of approval, funding, everything that would need to happen just on the fly. Oh no, we're going across the whole U.S., not New York City.
I don't know. I don't think about that.
All right, man, I'm going to help you out. That was all planned. All of it. So they end up going from New York City down to Tennessee, down to Texas, all the way up through to California. Now there's some other things that happen in the middle there, but that's how this kind of expands from just being like a little thing in New York City, pop up, few recordings, head back.
Yes.
It becomes this cross-country adventure with him and his director, and good stuff happens, bad stuff happens, but they have stops along the way that are like, pre-set up stops. Like down in the South is where they do the hospitality classes, and that's where you see him at a dinner with a bunch of the older people, and he talks about their lives. You can see there's stuff that are like the pre-set up appointments where they're meeting with a governor, or they're meeting with, one of these appointments, like the humor classes. Now there's other times where they're just walking in the streets and go off and start talking to people. Like you saw the guy running away when he tried to shake his hand. That was real. Like his face is blurred. Like they don't even show it. They didn't even get his sign.
That's how they kind of knew. They were just a blurred face, and I was like, oh, this is actually real.
Is real. Right. They didn't get that guy did not sign a waiver. So exactly. You need to see it, and our parents are not going to be happy that I told you to see this movie.
This is probably one of those movies where you're waiting for us to have a YouTube channel so that you could talk.
Well, trust me, I want to. After you watch it, we need to come back and do a long form talk about that movie and talk about all the different bits and everything like that. Because I'll put this out there, very, very offensive material in this movie. A lot of shots of Jews, a gypsies, homosexuals, all of that. They do not hold back. It's very, because where it's supposed to be where he's from in Kazakhstan, they're very old school and they aren't progressive at all. So please check out this movie. Let us know what you think of it. If you've seen it already, let us know if you agree with what my thoughts were, and let Mason know how wrong he was about basically everything with the trailer. Thanks for checking out this video.
Like and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about the movie in the comments below.
Let us know if there's any movies you want us to watch. Who knows? Maybe we'll watch them together.